Shadows are an easy way to simulate the look of real-world objects. We can create shadows on two different types of elements. It's also possible for an object to have more than one shadow. Let's take a look. There's two types of shadows that you can create with CSS. The most common one is a shadow on a box. To do that, you simply use the WebKit box shadow attribute here, and you specified at least two numbers plus a color. So say 10 pixels, and black here. Okay, if you specify two numbers, then the shadow appears as a hard-edged shadow, offset by these two numbers. And the first one is from the left, and the second one is from the top. So we can adjust the position of that shadow just by changing these numbers. If we add a third element here, then it will control the softness of the shadow. The bigger this number, the softer the shadow is. You can also create a shadow that is inset or inside the box. Let's get rid of this third softness attribute so you can see it clearly. All we have to do is to put in the keyword inset at the beginning of the shadow, and the shadow will appear inside the element, offset by these two numbers as well. You can also have multiple shadows in a box by using different shadows separated by commas. So now this element has a shadow inside and outside it, each 10 pixels wide, and we can soften it up by adding the third element here. And now this shadow is softer and on the outside, while this shadow is inside and hard. We can put in as many shadows as we want by using commas to continuously add shadows to a boxed element. That's really useful for creating special effects and CSS buttons. The second type of shadow that you can use is on text. To do that, you use the text shadow property. And it takes similar values here. So you can see a soft shadow. I use kind of a gray color there. Could use black also. And it's going to give it a shadow offset by these two numbers, and where the softness is defined by this third number. Unfortunately, you can't use the inset attribute with text, nor can you use multiple shadows on text elements. The combinations available with shadows in CSS give you some powerful tools that allow you to create complex and flexible elements like buttons and menus without having to use graphics.